something better than sons and daughters, namely, to give to them in my house and within my walls a monument Heb. Yed and a name. A name to time indefinite I shall give them, one that will not be cut off. Isra 56. 4, 5. Compare PR 22. 1. Gravestones were also set up as memory aids, as for example, the one that marked the burial place of the man of the true God who foretold what Josiah would do against the altar at Bethel. 2 Kai 23. 16-18. 1 Kai 13. 1, 2. Moon. The lesser luminary for dominating the night, provided by God as a means for marking appointed times. GE 1. 16. PS 104. 19. J 31. 35. 1 Co 15. 41. The Hebrew word for moon Riak is closely related to the Hebrew word Irak, meaning lunar month. Since the lunar month always began with the appearing of the new moon Heb. Chodesh, the term new moon also came to mean month. GE 7. 11. X 12. 2. Issa 66. 23. The Greek word smidl.leone is rendered moon, while the Greek word men has the idea of a lunar period. Bu 1. 24. I 4. 10. Also col 2. 16. When middle.me middle.ni new moon occurs. The word leva middle.na, meaning white, occurs 3 times in the Hebrew text poetically describing the white brilliance of the full moon that is particularly evident in Bible lands. Ka 6. 10. Issa 24. 23. 30. 26. The word Kais or Kaisa, meaning full moon, also appears twice. PS 81. 3. PR 7. 20. RS. Since the average lunation from new moon to new moon is about 29 days, 12 hours, 44 minutes in length, the ancient lunar months had either 29 or 30 days. This may originally have been determined by simple observation of the appearance of the new moon's crescent. But in David's time we find evidence of its being calculated beforehand. Once a 20. 5, 18, 24-29. Nevertheless, in post-exilic times the Mishnah Rosh Hashanah 1. 3. 2. 7 states that the Jewish Sanhedrin met early in the morning on the 30th day of each of 7 months in the year to determine the time of the new moon. Watchmen were posted on high vantage points around Jerusalem and carried immediate report to the Jewish court after sighting the new moon. Upon receiving sufficient testimony, the court announced, "It is consecrated," officially marking the start of a new month. If cloudy skies or fog caused poor visibility, then the preceding month was declared to have had 30 days, and the new month began on the day following the court assembly. It is also said that further announcement was made by a signal fire lit on the Mount of Olives, which was then repeated on other high points throughout the country. This method was evidently replaced later by the dispatching of messengers to carry the news. In the 4th century of our Common Era a standardized or continuous calendar was established so that the Jewish months came to have a fixed number of days, with the exception of Heshvan and Kislev as well as the month Adar, which still vary between 29 and 30 days according to certain calculations. New Moon Observance. Among the Jews each new moon marked the occasion for the blowing of trumpets and the offering up of sacrifices according to the law covenant. New 10. 10. 2ch2. 4. PS 81. 3. Compare Issa 1. 13, 14. The offerings prescribed were, in fact, even greater than those normally offered on the regular Sabbath days. New 28. 9-15. While nothing is stated specifically as to the new moon's marking a day of rest, the text at Amos 8. 5 indicates a cessation of labor. It was apparently a time of feasting once a 20. 5 as well as an opportune time to gather for instruction in God's law. S 46. 1-3. 2 Kai 4. 22, 23. Issa 66. 23. The 7th new moon of each year corresponding to the first day of the month of Ethanim, or Tishri was sabbatical, and the law covenant decreed it to be a time of complete rest. 23. 24, 25. New 29. 1-6 It was the day of the trumpet blast, but in a greater sense than that of the other O textui acute miritra longo. Moon 430 To serve other gods. And now fear Jehovah and serve him in faultlessness and in truth, and remove the gods that your forefathers served on the other side of the river and in Egypt, and serve Jehovah. Job also lived among moon worshippers, and he faithfully rejected their practice of kissing the hand to the moon. Job 31. 26-28 The neighboring Midianites used moon-shaped ornaments, even placing them on their camels. JG 8. 21-26 In Egypt, where both Abraham and later the people of Israel resided, moon worship was prominently practiced in honor of the moon god Thoth, the Egyptian god of measures. Every full moon the Egyptians sacrificed a pig to him. He came to be worshipped in Greece under the title of Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes thrice greatest.